Good evening and welcome to Outside the Box, the only show that allows you to interact with those vying for your votes. We had invited all registered parties with candidates to be a part of this show. Those that have so far accepted have featured on the show. Tonight, another batch of party candidates joins us on the show, but first, let's take a look at the results from our daily poll. We appreciate all those who have participated and given their views. Now, the question was, should the food voucher initiative for social welfare recipients be continued? 77.9% agreed, 8.47% said no, while 13.55% were not quite sure. Today's question is, should voting be compulsory? Text your answer, a simple yes or no, to 3592. The poll is opened to Vodafone, Digicel and Ink users. Charges apply. Now, joining me in studio tonight is Lavinia Padarath from the Fiji Labour Party. She had contested the last elections in 2006 and also served in the Senate. If you'd like to ask her a question, just text in to 3599 or call our studio phone 330-2100. Good evening, Mrs. Padarath. Welcome to the show.
Good evening.
Okay. Now, you once contested the elections in 1999. You won the seat for Fiji Labour Party. Now, you tried again in 2006, but you failed. Now you're wanting to contest elections in 2014 once again. Why?
As a member of the Fiji Labour Party, I feel that we have not accomplished what we had originally set out to do, because as you know, we only served a year of our supposed to be 5-year term, so we still have unfinished job to do. And
now,
also, my passion is has always been serving people. I'm a nurse by profession. I work a lot with women's groups, non-government organizations over the years. It's all to do with service.
Yes. Now, you are a principled woman, person, and you hate, racist comments or anything of that sort. But once, I think back in 2006, a member of your family, a close member, I think your son, he had joined the National Alliance Party and he made a racist comment, and you came out public expressing your disappointment with that, for him saying that the political power should remain in indigenous Fijian hands. Now, your party has now announced a decision to go into coalition with SODELPA. In terms of that, are you still comfortable going in coalition with SODELPA, which stands for indigenous issues?
Well, it's more than just that, Mika. We've been working together in the last 3 years under the United Front for Democratic Fiji, because at the time, and still today, our common issue really is we have one common enemy, and that is the regime that's there illegally, and the voice of the people. Democracy must return. The rule of law must return. The freedom of the people must return. There has to be justice in our land.
So for now, you are foregoing your principle, your hate for racist comments or statements?
You said that.
Because of that?
No, you can. Both issues can apply. I mean, there's nothing wrong with standing on both. I still remain with that. That's why I remain with the Fiji Labour Party, because we do not discriminate. We don't want to discriminate, and we are with SODELPA because we believe it's time to move forward, and we can only do that through unity. And we are the two major races. Two political parties with the major races, and if we are to take the country forward, we need to be united. And of course, it's to be expected. There'll be differences in areas which I believe through dialogue and consultation, a lot of these things can be sorted out.
Thank you. Two of our viewers have texting questions for you. The question is, first one, what are your views about the GCC?
My views on GCC is very clear for Labour Party. We want to reinstate the GCC because the GCC has been there for a long time. It was there for a purpose. They've served its purpose it's the highest institution for the Taukeis, and it must remain. And if anyone has to remove GCC, it has to be the GCC, the Taukeis themselves. And it's worse when it's removed by an illegal government, you know, and it's all covered, was covered under the old constitution, 1997. It's part of our entrenched legislation. They've served well, you know, from our end, from the Fiji Labour Party. We know that some people may say that they weren't serving a purpose. We disagree, because they have served their purpose over the years, and also, you know, it'll have to be them who have to remove it if they have to. But one of the issues that we feel, maybe it's time to look at. We would have, had they remained, we would have liked to just look at how they've operated over the years. We have to go with the time. Some changes need to happen.
Thank you, Ms. Padarath. You have a call on the line, Rajesh from the Batimbula. Rajesh?
Bula, Ms. Padarath, can you just answer this question, please? When Mr. Chaudhary came down to USDR for donation for people of Fiji, he hasn't given any money out to those people in Fiji. Can you answer that, please, for me?
Did you hear that question?
Not very clearly.
Okay, he's saying something about Mr. Chaudhary going to the US or somewhere and got money, and that money hasn't reached the people that it was meant for.
I'm not so sure the gentleman knows what he's talking about in terms of the money that is brought by the leader, by Mr. Chaudhary, into the party. Because how else does he think we have survived? We live very tightly, we manage prudently what we have, and a lot of that has been money that comes as donations in those days to the party. That's how we've survived, for use of the party.
Thank you. Now the second text question tonight, what are the three most important things in your election manifesto?
Three most important things to me, first of all, would be our social package, because that is really for the people today. Our social package, as you know, the people of today have been victims now for the past 8 years of our ever-rising cost of living. That's why our poverty has increased, continued to increase instead of decreased 8 years, and the high unemployment. It's all part of that package, and also in looking after housing, particularly for the common people, for the poor. We'd like to be able to address that as part of our addressing or alleviating poverty.
Thank you. Now, you had...
I've only answered one, the social package.
Yeah.
You said you wanted three.
Three, yes. You want to go to the other two?
It's up to you. Do you want me to continue, or you are asking?
Okay, what's the other two?
Well, the other two, I would think right now, is education, because education is a must in every society. Education that is workable and affordable, practical for the needs of our people. And that's where we will want to, what we would like to address under education. And the other thing that we have, it's a must, it's a priority in any society again, I would say it's healthcare services for the people.
Thank you, Ms. Padarath. I think time has caught up with us tonight. Thank you very much for coming. Now stay with us. In our next segment, we'll be joined by Suruj Mati Nand of the People's Democratic Party. Welcome back. Join our discussion live tonight by texting in your questions to 3599 or call our studio in line 3302100. And remember, you can have your say in our daily poll. The question is still, should voting be compulsory? Simply text yes or no to 3592 to all Vodafone, Digicel and Ink users. Now, Suruj Mati Nand join us from the People's Democratic Party. Ms. Nand, welcome to Outside the Box. How are you doing? How are you tonight?
I'm quite okay. Thank you so much. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to be on air with people of this nation.
Thank you. You were once a staunch member of the Fiji Labour Party.
Yes, I was.
But now you are opting for PDP. Why?
Well, I had always been a person for the workers' right as well as employers' right. More so, I had been negotiating pay rises and conditions for the members of my union. As a result, I was the founder member of the Fiji Labour Party, and it so happened that I had served on a national level as national treasurer and national vice president. So I was requested to fight election in 1999. The seat was delivered within 2 weeks of my campaign as only.
All right, and now why the change to PDP?
PDP itself spells out People's Democratic Party.
Was something wrong with the Fiji Labour Party? That's why you want to jump ship?
Leadership issue. I cannot stand.
All right. Now, you've been working in the insurance industry for the last 44 years.
Yes.
If anything that you think, if you are voted into Parliament, what are some of the changes do you think you will push forward for this?
The first thing is that some of the insurance companies, they just push that it's compulsory for insurance, but it's the hard-earned income, and whatever the premium they are deducting for that particular enforced insurance policy, it should be given an opportunity to those people to decide where the money is going and what benefits they'll get, whether it would be truly saving their requirements and all those things. People just come in, join police force, and they are requested to go on compulsory insurance. But I haven't seen the policy yet, but I feel very bad about it since people are enforced to have the deductions done compulsorily.
Now, there's a question from a member of the public. The question is, what can the party do to speed up services to members of the public?
I can't promise because I have just come in. It was people's choice that I fight election, and I'm a person who is a person who has a motto that service is my motto.
Exactly.
Yeah,
go ahead.
As a result, when it comes to services, I never take a step back. I always try and ensure, even if I have to go out of my way to get things straight out or do the things that will be helpful to the people who are affected or, disadvantaged.
Right. Good. Yes. Are you familiar with the manifesto of the PDP?
Little so, because I had very little time to read it.
Do you think that's a concern? I mean, you're starting campaigning now. If you go, if you step off the line from what the party is preaching in the manifesto, do you think it'll affect you in any way?
Well, actual campaign has not started, so I'll always catch up. Definitely.
You can do that?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you've been into social work lately, and you've been doing that for the last so many years, and you continue. Right? And it seems that you are very much onto the issues of women. If you were to get into Parliament, do you think you will get in?
Yes, definitely. I'm people's choice.
What can you do for women out there?
Well, there are quite many things, particularly education. Elderly women are not getting educated, and in those days, particularly Indian women were given very little opportunity to get forward, So we'll find ways to educate. The mothers are the heart of the family. The fathers are the head of the family, and there shouldn't be any such conflict that there is no amicable solution to ensure there is peace in the house.
The Bainimarama government has been saying all along, we need new faces in politics. Okay, you've contested elections before, and now you've come back, and now you're 63 years old.
Yes.
What do you think of that?
It's the precision, the planning, and then the labor is revealed. If you don't have expertise, understanding, don't have the feeling of the poor people, nothing will be achieved.
On the poor, what do you think can be done to alleviate poverty?
Well, first of all, unemployment, big issue. Even employment, some people are on contract for 3 years. Some are on contract of 1 month only. And it's a big disturbance to those families.
And most importantly, we'll be having teenagers will be voting for the first time, 18 years.
Yes.
And some of the members of that group are unemployed, some are qualified from universities but are not unemployed. What best can you do for them?
Well, I have some plans like having a Upper River tour in Rewa River. Maybe someone having a big business of boat, taking people for tour. At the same time, on their return, they can get all the vegetables and whatever can be exported can be given to the exporter. You know, some of these breadfruit and things are being perished, rotten, and we can earn money like that. And this will give us small employment, but some income generations.
Thank you, Ms. Nand. In our final segment, we'll have Priscilla Singh from the National Federation Party. And on the other hand, we'll be joining our reporter on the field, Sharon Wilson. Welcome back. Now remember, you can participate in our daily poll. The question tonight is, should voting be compulsory? Text in your answer yes or no to 3592. We now, due to technical difficulties, we won't be able to bring you a live cross to our senior journalist, Sharon Wilson, who has been following NFP candidate Priscilla Singh in Vesari. That is due to internet connections or coverage in the area and also weather. I think Priscilla Singh is joining us online, on telephone line from Vesari. Bulavinaka Priscilla Singh.
Bulavinaka Mika.
Priscilla, how's your campaign going in Vesari tonight?
Very well, thank you. It's a cold night, but we're doing pretty well.
Now, Priscilla, what do you think? How do you think you can win the elections this year? What makes you different from the others?
Mika, if you've followed me for the last few years, you will know that I have got the relevant experience for policy making leadership, and I'm also I belong to a party which has got gender empowerment high on its agenda. So I think, and apart from that, I'm very committed and ready to serve my country. So I think those things will help me win this election.
Thank you, Priscilla. Now, in terms of issues that are generating a lot of discussions in the political arena as we approach elections on September 17, what do you think of indigenous issues? You know, it seems to be topical at the moment.
Indigenous issues are important, Mika, and we as a party are going to address that. When we form government, we will have a commission that will look at indigenous issues where people from all relevant aspects of life will come in, different stakeholders will come in and discuss indigenous issues and then take decisions. And in this way, we will ensure that people take ownership of the decisions that are made.
Now, whilst campaigning in Vesari, does anything hit you, while interacting with the people there?
Well, one thing that's really come out quite clearly is that the poverty levels have risen, and people are finding great difficulty in putting food on the table. Everywhere we go, there's complaints about people not being able to actually, bring or put on the table healthy meals for their families because of the cost of living and the fact that people's wages haven't gone up in the last 7 years.
And how do you plan to evacuate, people in poverty if you go into Parliament?
Well, one of the first things we want to do as a party, as you would have heard from our leader and many other candidates, is that we hope to reduce VAT from 15% to 10% so that immediate relief comes to some of the poor families. We also wish to help them with medical, and we will continue the policies that are currently underway and improve on them actually regarding education.
What is your answer to parties saying that is impracticable? Impracticable.
What is impracticable? Sorry.
Sorry, the fact that you'll be removing VAT from essential items that are already VAT has been taken off already from them?
Okay, well, for me, I think that the parties that are saying that really need to revisit some of their policies around how they want to reduce VAT or reduce poverty. Our party and our party leader has been very brave in saying what he has said regarding the reduction. And we have a lot of faith in him because he's a very senior economist, and we have a lot of faith that we will be able to achieve that.
Thank you, Priscilla. Nice talking to you tonight.
Thank you very much, Mika.
Thank you. Now we have come to the end of the show tonight, and we will announce the results of today's poll in tomorrow's show. Remember, you can still text in your answers to our poll. The question line will be open until 6 p.m. tomorrow. Again, the question is, should voting be compulsory? Text in your answer yes or no to 3592. Join me again tomorrow as I speak to another 3 different party candidates, also hoping to contest the upcoming elections. Good evening.